He had estimated that this birdhouse had cost less than 10 cents to make. The Amishman who won paid $6,000 for the privilege of owning it. So Amish are not exactly doing a lot of one-click shopping on Amazon. Now, where are the Amish buying their products? I'm going to tell you 5 places that the Amish do their shopping. 1 or 2 of them are a little bit old-fashioned. 1 or 2 of them are rather Amish, so to speak, and I think you'll see what I mean. My name's Eric Wessner, and you can probably guess I'm not Amish, but I've studied the Amish since 2004. I've actually physically visited over 5,000 Amish homes, and I've been to dozens of Amish communities across the country. So I write about the Amish at AmishAmerica.com. Number 1, Walmart. So Walmart, if you think about it, it's a great fit for the Amish. Large quantities, low prices. The only kind of tricky part is that they can be located some distance from Amish communities, although with the prevalence of Walmarts being in many even rural areas or small town areas, and it's not uncommon that you'll have a Walmart near an Amish settlement, especially the larger ones. You shouldn't be surprised if you see hitching posts or even like a covered buggy area outside of a Walmart in an Amish area. Like, for example, the one in Millersburg, Ohio has something just like that, where the Amish buggies are parked and the horses can kind of be there out of the sun while the Amish patrons shop inside. So that's convenient if you live close enough to a Walmart to get there. Now, what if you're some distance away? Well, what happens then is that typically Amish ladies, in many cases, will get together and they'll hire a driver who will drive a group of them to Walmart maybe once a month to do their shopping, and they buy a lot in bulk, load it into the van, and take it back home. Number 2, catalog. So this is one of the old-fashioned methods that I mentioned at the beginning. I don't know, do you know a lot of people that order from mail-order catalogs nowadays? But back in the day of, the Sears Roebuck catalog, this was something that was very common in America. And the Amish continue to do so. One example of a popular catalog order business for the Amish is a company called Shetler's Wholesale. This is an outlet based in Indiana. They basically have a catalog with all sorts of Amish-friendly or Amish-appealing items. Things like clocks, kitchenware, books, oil lamps, burners, puzzles, toys. You have fly tape, you have fly swatters in there, clothing items, tools, wagons, knives, and more. So you have all kinds of things that you'll typically see in an Amish household. This catalog caters to the Amish, so they even offer a 10% newlywed discount for the entire first year of marriage. So very convenient for the Amish. I looked in one of the catalogs, and you even had quotes from some of the customers praising the service, for just that reason. One customer in Fredericktown, Ohio, wrote that I can shop at home with my feet in the air. So that is a nice visual image. Another couple, I suppose, from Pennsylvania wrote that we can sit in the cozy warm and do our shopping. Finally, sounds like a mother in a place called Chili, Wisconsin, wrote that it means so much to a mom with children if she doesn't have to go out in town to do a lot of shopping. So, not so common among non-Amish, but there's still a thriving niche out there among the Amish. Number 3, visiting salespeople. Another kind of throwback way of selling and buying is to buy from the visiting or door-to-door salesperson. At one time it was very common, or at least much more common than it might be today. These direct salespeople are still selling in Amish communities. And I know I was one of them. I sold Bible story books door to door in Amish settlements. That kind of happened by accident. I'll probably tell that story in another video in greater depth. As I was selling to the Amish and meeting so many families, I would often hear about other salespeople that would come through. They'd be there. They'd have just come in a few days before me, or they came later in the summer and I was there. And I heard about it when I delivered the books to those families, and they would be selling things like cleaning products. You get a lot of people selling smoke detectors, smoke alarms to the Amish, vacuums, and even another one I often heard about was the people that would sell these aerial photos of like the farm. So there'd be a person that came around selling the idea of going up in a plane, I guess they would do it, probably be a drone now, doing an aerial photo of the Amishman's farm. And I would see these photos in Amish homes as I would come in to kind of do my book demonstration. I'd say, oh, the aerial photo guy's been by, I see. So they'd have it, framed on the wall there. So, that's the Amishman's livelihood, the farm. That's kind of a neat thing to have, to see your full farm from above. So one favor, if you like this video, hit that like button. That'll actually give the YouTube algorithm a little boost, so I'm told. So that'll help the channel out. Appreciate it. Number 4, auctions. So shop is not exactly the correct verb here. Where do Amish buy things that would fit in that larger umbrella? Amish definitely like to buy things at auctions. Auctions often have a theme. There may be an animal auction, a farm equipment auction, furniture, tools, those kinds of things. There may be an estate sale. Someone passes away and they're selling the estate to the public by auction. So this is not where you go really for daily necessities. You might find a good deal or find a kind of a unique or hard to find item at an auction. So that's one draw for the Amish. And another draw, maybe just as much, is the opportunity to socialize, because auctions are definitely social events. There's food there, people meet, people talk, people spend the day there. The auctioneers themselves are often Amish. No, not always, but there's some very well-respected and fairly well-known Amish auctioneers. The Yoder Brothers of Michigan is one example of that. Amish also have benefit auctions for the local school to raise funds to help fund it for the year. Or if you have a, like a hospital bill benefit for someone who have large hospital bills. Another good example of a well-known Amish auction is the Clinic for Special Children auction, which is a clinic in, well, the original one is in Lancaster County, but there are more than that now that do the same kind of work. They're meant to help Amish, Mennonites, and other children with rare genetic diseases. So there's an annual auction in Lancaster and in these other areas to help fund these clinics, and the Amish come out in big numbers, Amish and Mennonites in those areas. And so I remember I was at one of these auctions, and I watched 2 men bid up the price of a birdhouse that was built by a young boy with a rare disease. Dr. Hams Morton, who's the founder of the original Clinic for Special Children, was at this event, and he had estimated that this birdhouse had cost less than 10 cents to make. The Amishman who won paid $6,000 for the privilege of owning it. So essentially he was making a $6,000 donation in the form of that purchase of that boy's birdhouse. That's actually pretty powerful to see that. Kind of shows you how much the Amish come out and support that institution. Back to auctions. Auctions, again, popular venues for the Amish to buy and sell and to socialize and to eat. All those good things. Good events to attend. I recommend attending an Amish auction if you have a chance. Finally, number 5, local stores. And this would be both Amish and English-owned stores. English being the Amish word for non-Amish people. I'm an English person to the Amish. Okay, and I speak English as my first language. So these Amish-owned variety stores, bulk food stores, fabric shops, Bent-and-dent stores where they sell kind of like outdated and damaged foods. That's another very popular type. So these are typical types of businesses in Amish communities, often run by the Amish. Amish are heavy patrons of these stores. English people, non-Amish people, like to shop at these places too. So you'll often see a lot of non-Amish people in some of these Amish-run stores. So this is about proximity. This is about, these stores are close. They're in the community. They're run by fellow church members. So that's easy. There's some convenience. In some cases, you can walk there or, bike or scooter there. It's also a way of supporting a fellow church member by patronizing his or her store. Along the same lines, sometimes people wonder, do the Amish pay tax? I did a video about that very topic. Do the Amish pay taxes? Do they pay income taxes, sales taxes, property taxes, and so on? Well, I go into that in this video. Check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. I'm putting out videos twice a week, Thursdays and Sundays. Often they go up late at night, so it's like Friday or Monday when you might see them in your, in your notifications or on the channel updated. If you want to get more videos like this, just hit the subscribe button. That'll kind of keep you in the loop when we get new videos coming out. Talk to you next time.